Well, East Texans gathered to learn more about their past, specifically the histories of their families. Take a look. This is held at the Brookshire Conference Center. Guest speakers and vendors that specialize in helping people learn more about their family history were there. So were several East Texas County genealogical societies. There were resources to search from many eras across different parts of the world.
Doesn't matter whether you were born in Texas or not born in Texas. If you're searching for South Carolina, then you're learning the skills to search that place where you have your ancestors, or anywhere in the world.
The event was free. They also had activities to keep kids entertained while adults learn more about their family's history.